jump back to the lobby. Any quick games going down? Nope, let's jump in. Let's try 5 tribes, so pretty similar. Getting these meeples moved around the board, and this is a good automa as well. I do enjoy this. So we've done this a couple of times on stream, but if you are new to the stream or new to 5 tribes, you have these 5 colours. Each worker does a slightly different scoring action, and for us and the AI, unfortunately in this version it does score differently. So I'll just break it down first of all. The yellow meeples, they will score us 1 point, so you can see the score track on the right hand side. 1 for every yellow, plus 10 points if you have the majority. The white, the elder meeples, they will score you 2 points per meeple, but you can also trade them in. It's 2 if we trigger an action like this, or 1 plus the fakirs, I believe they're called. You can pick up a Jinn, and most of the Jinns as well use a meeple, an elder, to trigger their power. So you might spend those elders during the course of the game. The yellow workers generally, once you pick them up, they're just a point. The blue, the builder meeples, each worker that you take off, so each of those blue workers you multiply by the number of blue tiles. So you see half of them are red, half of them are blue. The number of blue tiles comprising the center tile and the 8 tiles around it. So this is quite a nice spot actually, because 6 of these tiles are blue. So it would be, in this case, we'd have to end our turn with a blue meeple on it. So at least 3 times 6. And that gets us straight away coins. And coins are each worth 1 point. The red is assassin meeples. For each meeple that you take off, you can kill, well, you can always only kill 1 meeple unless a Jinn tells you otherwise, but it extends your range. So if you take 2 meeples off, you could kill 1 meeple up to 2 tiles away. If it's 4 meeples, you could kill 1 up to 4 tiles away. So they can be quite useful, and I'll explain why in just a second. The final colour is green, and for each green you take off, you score and pick up a card from left to right here. So these are a set collection. The squares at the bottom is how common this card is. So actually it's quite rare. There are 2 of these ivory, but actually both are in this starting deck. The more of them you have, the higher it multiplies. I think it's the number of cards squared, and there's 8 different types. It does ramp up pretty quickly. So 1, 3, 7, 13, 21, 30, 50, 60. So not quite a square, but definitely a lot of points, particularly when you start getting your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th of a set. You can form multiple sets if you pick up multiple of the same type of good. Okay, so that's how the meeples will score. You also have a few other scoring. The tile itself has a point on it. If you take the last meeple off a tile, you score those points, and you mark it by placing one of your camels. Why can I not move anymore? There we go. One of your camels on the tile to signify control. And a couple of tiles you can place palm trees on, and each palm tree is worth 3 points to whoever owns the tile, or the palaces, which are worth 5 points to whoever controls the tile. Oh, and the Jinns that you pick up may also have points on them. This is from an expansion, so we aren't using that this round. Okay, so that's how we are getting our points. For the solo player, they don't really care about points, so they're going to take a few more hostile actions. Firstly, there's a couple of ways we're going to lose. We will lose if he gets 6 Djinns. Straight up lose. Game's over. If he gets 7 assassins, we lose. Game is over. If we run out of money, the game is over. We will lose money when he takes the blue meeples. He will score the same. So we were talking about the number of meeples multiplied by that 9 by 9, 9 by 9, that's the whole area. 3 by 3 grid, the 9 tiles. But instead of him getting those coins, we will lose the coins. So we've got to be a little bit careful of a few different things. We don't want to obviously lose our money. We don't want him collecting too many red meeples. And we don't want him collecting too many white meeples, because then he will collect his Djinns and we will lose the game. But what he will do on his turn, he rolls these 2 dice, one for the row, the other for the column, and he selects that tile. All he will do on his turn is take everything off from it and trigger their actions. So for the green, he will pick up any fakirs at the start here, so he gets this one, discarding the other cards, and he collects the red meeple and then marks it for 6 points. The game will end once he has placed all of his camels, so at most we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rounds. And we need to score, I believe it's 190 points, which I have never managed to do. We can, as you can see here at the bottom, we can pay to go first. So if this was a tile that I desperately wanted to use, we could pay the sum of the 2 dice rolled to have the first turn. He will then roll and choose a different square. So he might not end up going for the same one, and we do not necessarily have to take that space, but we don't know where he might end up. But again, it costs us money to do it, and if we run out of money, we lose the game. So for this tile, I don't mind him taking it first of all. It's not a particularly high scoring tile. The green meeples are probably amongst the worst for him to take. Probably yellow would be amongst them. So I'm happy to pass and watch. He takes these, he places the 1 assassin in front of him. The 2 of the first goods were taken. He keeps the fakir, because those can be used to trade in for the Djinns, but other than that, he's done. On our turn, we do things a little differently. We don't just select a tile and take everything. We will pick up everything from a tile and then move, and each time we move, we have to leave behind 1 of the meeples. And then the action that we finally do would be the colour of the final meeple we drop, and that has to match at least 1 meeple on the tile. So I'm quite tempted to go here, because it is only elders. So we could pick up 4 elders by coming here. It's a 10-point tile, and because all the workers are white, we take all of them, the tile is empty, and we place a camel on it. So that gets us 10 points. We could also then trigger the action on the tile, which is if we have 2 elders to get a Djinn, and we are taking off elders. So we could do that action. Let's have a look who these Djinns are. We have Narid. Each time a meeple is dropped on one of your tiles during a move, collect 1 if you did it and collect 2 gold if your opponent did it. Not as good in this solo game because the opponent does not move meeples. We have Anin Nak. Anin Nak, choose an empty tile which has no camels, meeples, palm trees or palaces and place 3 meeples on that tile. Again, not particularly great because as soon as the AI empties a tile, he claims it. There are many ways to lose. There are very many ways to lose. But yeah, because unlike us, when we take meeples from a tile, we don't get to claim this one. It's empty, but we're only picking meeples off of this one. So this will be the one we score, and this one stays empty. Whereas he empties a tile and instantly claims it. He doesn't move them anywhere else. But both of these two don't really give us an advantage in a solo game. And then we have Habis, or Haggis, perhaps. Is that a B or a G? No, the B's are a different font. His name is Haggis. When placing a palace, you may drop it on any neighbouring tile instead. That could be useful. And it is 2 elders for 10 points. So we're trading 4 points for 10 points. So I still think that's a good move. Let's go for it. We will drop green here, the red, and then the white. As you see, we've now got the 4 white meeples. And the good news about that, taking the white meeples off the board, hopefully there will eventually be insufficient elders around for this to be a potential endgame trigger. If he can only take 5 when he claims everything, then we're okay. So, interesting case now. He's rolled his dice and he has landed on the tile we just emptied. So he is going to want to select something else. And as you can see, we could make him pick up from one of the other tiles. So we've got a choice. He either gets 2 greens, which would just make him discard these 2 goods, which is a shame because it's ivory, but also good because there's another ivory. The yellow meeple doesn't have any endgame problem for us, I don't believe. End of the game. Oh, we need to have more yellows than him at the end of the game, or we lose. So yellows are problematic, but he's only picking up 1, and it's a 5-point tile. So I think this is our best bet. If we give him this one, it's a 6-point tile, and he has 2 elders, so he will get a Jin. And if we go here, we will lose 2 coins, which isn't the worst, but he gets 1 elder, and he has a Fakir, so he could get 1. Yeah, I think this spot isn't as bad. We do always have the option, we could pay the sum of the 2 dice and make him re-roll and we get first pick. But I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think it's the worst. So we'll pass. He will collect all those. He just discards those goods. Now these are some very good goods. I don't know if I'm going to want to grab them though. There's another couple of nice tiles with elders on. What I'd like to do is set these up for some good actions. Do we want to take some red meeples off and kill a blue? That wouldn't be the worst. So we could come down, drop a blue here, and hopefully go here next turn. And then... oh, that was a bit weird. Drop the blue here. Drop the green here, and then we could drop the red here. Yeah, I like that plan. So we're picking up 3 reds. We can kill a meeple, just 1 single meeple, up to 3 tiles away. And it doesn't have to be in a straight line. You can go 1, 2, 3. But I want to kill the blue meeple on the tile that we are on so that we claim the 6 points. Or actually, think about this, it's only one builder. He could still take this tile and it's only going to lose us 4 credits. No, I'll kill it. So my next turn, what I'd like to pick up is this pile, because with 5, what we can do is move 1 up here, so we can drop a blue, come here and drop 1 colour, drop another colour, drop a 3rd colour. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 movement. Our 5th gets us back into this spot. We could drop and have 5 blues here next to 6 blue. That would get us 30 coins, and it should mean coins are not an endgame worry for us. If he does roll a 3 and a 4, or a 4 and a 4, I will have to buy it from him, but it's still either 7 or 8 gold coins to get 30, which is definitely worth it. A Djinn, so we've still got the 2 useless ones. And who are you? Sidar? Take the top card from the resource pile. So just at the cost of 1 fakir, we could randomly draw a card. So it's not fantastic, but if we do end up going the route where we're collecting merchants, it might be useful, because at least we could use them for something. And we would ultimately be trading in 2 elders, which is worth 4 points, for a card that's worth 8 points. So let's take it. Alright, so he wants this tile, but we've already emptied it. So we have to give him 1 other tile. If I give him the merchants, then goodbye rare resources. We haven't got any yellow workers, but I am tempted to give him this. It's only 2 yellows, he'd be up to 3 and 2 reds. But if we claimed these yellows, we would overtake him. And that way we could still potentially get the green. Is it worth the risk? No, I'll give him the green. We lose these cards. If I give him those, there's literally only doubles of really common stuff in the market, and that's not fantastic. But our next turn is set up. Could give him this one. You would buy a Djinn. I'm torn. What do we think, chat? Give him the green meeples or the yellow meeples? The safe option, I suppose, is to give him the green meeples. That at least gives us a chance of getting to endgame scoring. But if we get to endgame scoring with a less than 190 points, then we fail anyway. Let's gamble it. Let's go bold. We'll give him the yellow. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. We will not win if we do not take a risk. So, our turn. Drop a blue. There's no other... There is one yellow there. Let's drop another yellow. A green, and a blue. So now 5 blues and 6. I'm not paying 11 to take this tile away from him. So yes, we are up to 55. You got no clue. You don't want to be the cause of a loss. It's going to be a loss. I think I've tried this 3 or 4 times and I've never made it to... Actually, I don't think I've made it to endgame scoring. I think I've always... If we've not been killed by either the assassins or the elders, I've not had more yellows. And if I have had yellows, I've never made it to 190 points. So, it's going to be tricky. I will not pay 11 for this. It's another yellow and another red. Which is bad. But hey ho. That is what it is. So let him take that. The blue tile was pretty rubbish. We only lost 1 credit, so no worries there. So... let's use the green meeples and come 1, 2, 3 to here. So we take 3 off, which means we claim 3 goods. And because of the space, we could buy 1 of the first 3 ducats. And I'm a little tempted to buy a fakir because we've got our Jin that lets us just take a good from the top of the deck using this. So it is still worth a random card. And these aren't particularly rare. But the Jin is also the only thing that he cares about when he takes the green meeples. So if I take this, we aren't losing that much. We could use it instantly, but I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait. So the reason I've done this rather than grabbing the yellows now is because I'm greedy. And what I want to do is the same circle maneuver we pulled over here, but with the yellows, and drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can put 2 yellows here and pick up 5 with 1 action. Hopefully, he doesn't want either of these spaces. He wants this space. So we have a decision to make. We could either give him this tile. Again, 1 green, not the biggest issue. A blue, which is only worth 2 credits, and 1 white, which does get him a Jin. But that's okay, otherwise he gets 2 elders and 1 green. I prefer that. So we could pay the sum of the die roll to go first. We will not, because I want to take my greedy move. Okay, so leaving a tile like this with only 1 meeple on it leaves it as a viable option for the dummy player. So I want to try and leave as many bad options for him as possible. We take our 5 yellow and we can trigger this, which is to buy 2 of the first 6 for 6, which we can probably afford to do. We could go for the fakirs again. Paper's probably worth it, and maybe 1 fakir. Or we just eliminate his possibility of getting fakirs, meaning the elders shouldn't be a problem. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 left on the board. He would need to get 10 of them. Let's take the 2 fakirs. And I will use 1 straight away. We get some fish. Okay, he's coming up here. The blue is only worth 2 points. It's 1 assassin, which does get him 4 out of his 7, which is getting close to dangerous. but I'm not going to take it, so I will pass. Let's think about getting rid of some assassins then. We've got this tile up here. If we wanted, we've got no elders though. There's this tile. We could drop one, two, three, and then kill up here. I think I prefer to kill this white meeple. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's okay. Let's drop the reds in together because I think we'll want to do another assassinate. We can hit anyone around here. If we kill an elder, it's one less for him to get to. And also, because we empty the tile, we can put a camel on it. And with a camel placed, we've got these 5 points plus 5 for the palace. So that seemed quite good. Ooh, so he takes 2 tiles because he's gone off the top of the board. So we can give him some utter tripe. So for example, this 1 green meeple, he just discards 1. That's not a problem. And this 1 blue meeple, which he's already claimed this space. So this one's definitely one of his. Could give him this 1 blue meeple up here. That would be a total of 6 coins we'd lose. It's not very bad. Prefer not to give him an assassin. He's got 4 yellows, we've got 5. Could give him 1 more elder. He's not doing too well on elders. Yeah, I'll give him that space. So again, we could buy him out, but I'm pretty happy with these tiles. We've left them really rubbish for him to take on purpose. That's one thing I have learnt as a little trick in my few games I've played against the dummy. Leave meeples scattered around. Okay. So we want get rid of a couple more assassins because he's getting closer than I'd like. So this is a potential spot for an assassination. 2 red meeples or this one. 1, 2, 3. There's no way this red meeple gets in. This one's too far away. I think this is the best option, and we move 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. So we could either claim this space for ourselves or this one. They're both worth the same. Let's use another fakir. We drew a fakir. So he's going to pick this tile. It's a 12-point tile, which is a shame. It's only 5 to take it from him. But 2 elders right now. It's not the scariest thing. I'll pass. So the 5 assassins is probably still our biggest issue. I think who do we want to assassinate? Could assassinate this meeple if we come 1, 2, 3, 4, or we assassinate whatever we drop here. These are the more expensive ones to steal from him if he gets them though, so do I want to maybe take some white meeples? He needs 6 more, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 still on the board, so if we were to take a few more, he definitely can't win that way. But no, I need to clear this, because if he does get this tile, he wins because of 7 assassins. So let's come this way, and killing a yellow would be good. Unless I want to claim the yellows. Yeah, let's claim the yellow. We'll go here, and then we could kill this one or this one. Don't really mind him getting either. We could just kill one assassin, and that means this can never, he can't just get both and win. So we're never going to connect them. Yeah, let's get rid of the assassin. There's only 1 left on the board. He can only get 6. We cannot lose from assassins. We've got 1 resource we can buy. We do not have paper, so let's buy that. And we'll use a fakir to trade in for a random card. It's another fakir. He's taking 2 of these tiles. Okay, so this, I can give him the assassin. I don't care about that, we've decided. The green does nothing for him, and the 1 elder is okay. This blue is only worth 1 point, so that's okay. The yellow gets him tied with me, but I wanted to claim 3, so... Oh, he's only taking 1 of these tiles. Ah, that's fine. Yes, if he rolls a 6 up here, he takes 2 in the row, and I was expecting him to be forcing me to select it, but it's just because this top tile is empty. So yeah, this tile is really good. He will not get another Jin. The green I don't care about. And the red is the last assassin, so he cannot make us lose. Happy. Take the tile. Okay. So with 4, we can move... one. No, that's not the one I want to move, is it? You're the one I want to move. 1. Actually, let's go the opposite direction. 1, 2. So it's just not putting all the meeples in one basket. But we are now up to 8 yellows to his 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 on the board. So what happens if it's a tie? Compare your number of viziers to the Council of Viziers Assembly by Yazid if you have more viziers than him. Okay, So if he were to get every yellow, we would be in trouble, but he only has 2 camels left, so that cannot be the case because he will only claim 2 more tiles. So we just need to get as many points as possible. So we will try, yes! Oh, that's a perfect card. Gems. It's another one for our set. He needs to claim something. He can only take this tile because it's the only one in the row with meeples. It's 2 green, which gets rid of 2 cards I do not want. And he can't even claim the tile because it's ours. So that is a perfect turn. Off you go. So now, in the first 6 we have spices, which is a tile we do not have. So is there a 2-6 tile, so one of these that we could use? There's one here. This could be tempting. I mean, the 15-point tile is still up here, but we've got nothing nearby that we could actually score using it. There's not many turns left, I don't think. At least not for us. I think we will trigger this one so we could buy the spices. There's a 10-point Jin, so getting a couple more white meeples might be useful. So if we take this tile and go 1, 2, 3, we take 2 of them and we will buy the spices. And we've only got 1 fakir. Let's get another one. And we will use 1. We get a fakir. Okay, he's taken that 1 yellow. That's okay. What would be our turn though? There's 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could come up here. We can't claim the tile though. Otherwise, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 down to here. 1, 2 with the blue meeples up here does get us this tile. That's probably not an awful move. So we get 6 points plus 2 blues times 4. Or we move 1, 2, 3 up here with some greens. We get these 2 cards, but we have fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7 different types. Cloth and pottery, actually, we don't have, do we? 2, 4. It's the 5th card. Can we get here again? Yellow and blue. No, there's no yellow or blue. Ooh, no. 1, 2. We're too far away. Where else did we have it? There's one here and here with no meeples on and no meeples there. Okay, so we can't get our pottery. Oh, we can come 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get a 10-point tile. But the 2 blues is still better. Because that would be a 6-point tile plus 8. Use the builder action. Oh yes, we could trade a fakir in for extra points. He has 1 left, so we are going to get 1 more turn. It's 4 points. Let's trade one in. We can buy a resource for 3. So we could just buy the Fakir back. And we've made 1 gold. Or we start a new set, but one of a set is only worth 1 point. But if we are trading in a Fakir for a random good, that might happen anyway. Let's go for it. So he needs 2 tiles. He can have green and green. Oh, that's... Yeah, that might be okay for us, actually. Yeah. So we'll pass. I think he can only claim 1. So the endgame is triggered, but we will get our final turn. We can claim this space. 1, 2, 3. Why did I not do that move? Move 3 builders. We get the 8 point. It will have 2 palm trees. Yeah, that's a good final turn. The only... wait, let's just think. Pottery. 2, 4, 6, 7. Pottery is our 8th one, which I think is a 10-point swing. 7 to 8 is 10 points. We can move from here, 1, 2, 3, and claim 2 goods and buy 1. We wouldn't necessarily need to. We don't need to buy 1, so that could just be 10 points. Coming here, no, it's definitely worth more. It's an 8-point tile. 2 palm trees is an additional 6 points. 3 builders. Yeah, it's just a very good move. I'm glad we had that extra turn. We will spend 1 Fakir because do I gamble? We're at 151. We failed either way, I think. I'll keep 1 Fakir and try and trade in for the pottery, because pottery is pretty common and cloth is reasonably common. So we might get that final good. And if not, we are only losing 4 points. Oh, hey, gambling paid off. I said nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, we have managed a score of 191, which is the minimum you can score to actually count as not losing the game. Excellent. We have done just enough to scrape an F. But I felt like I have improved from when I first played this game. It's a very nice solo mode. Cheers, Chalk. Yeah, that felt nice. It did feel like it worked quite well, leaving a meeple scattered around, because he picked them up a couple of times, which did nothing for him. We might have focused a little too hard on taking the elders away from him, because he only had 3 Jins at the end, so we could probably have left a couple more on the board. Maybe got points in a different way. Yeah. I feel good about that. But I think we'll be wrapping the stream up here. It's getting on a bit, and if you were here for the whole stream, you will know my wife has come home now. So I'll say hello, check if she needs any feeding. And we'll probably be jumping on tomorrow. Maybe not at the usual sort of 8:30 time slot. Just as an extra day. It's not a day I normally stream, but it will be day 20 of our streak of non-stop streaming. which feels like a little bit of achievement. So I'll try and keep that going as long as I can before something gets in the way. As for what it is, you'll have to find out tomorrow. But I'll bid you all farewell, have a great evening, and we'll catch you for the next stream. Bye for now.